Railroads bring change. The ICRR Company steam locomotive was popular in the mid-1850s when Lincoln worked for the Illinois Central. It was named American Standard and later ran from Decatur to Champaign. Locomotives were originally wood-burning, and the railroad often purchased wood from local landowners. The crew frequently asked passengers to assist loading wood and fuel at fuel stops. Fuel stops were simply a platform located adjacent to a landowner's timber. Water was stored in a tank by the Sangamon River. Early trains traveled at 15 to 20 miles an hour, much faster than the horses and stagecoaches they replaced. Before the railroads arrived in Piatt County, Lincoln and other circuit court lawyers traveled buffalo trails that became Indian trails and later became roads created by oxen dragging timbers. Lincoln was a great proponent of the railroads, realizing the great advantage they would bring to Central Illinois. He started out as a lobbyist for the Illinois Central, and between 1853 and 1860 he handled many cases in the 8th Judicial Circuit involving the Illinois Central. Lincoln was an advocate of the Northern Cross Railroad in the 1850s, wanting it built through Centerville in Piatt County across the center of Illinois to link Western Illinois with Eastern Illinois. Although he had this vision, it didn't quite happen that way. The Northern Cross eventually merged with several other railroads, ultimately becoming the Wabash, running from Springfield through Decatur and Bement. This was the only line in Piatt County that Lincoln rode when he traveled the circuit or later campaigned in the area. At that time, 1856 to 1875, many railroads in Illinois were paper-only railroads and were concept pending, leveraging locals or land rights and wealthy interests for funding. Small towns like Centerville and Piatt County prospered or declined based on the route of the railroad. In 1866, Centerville had a post office, 30 houses, an assortment of businesses, and 200 residents. Lincoln supported bringing the Northern Cross Railroad through Centerville, backing it to be the new state capital. In 1869, a new law permitted townships to vote bonds to bring railroads through their area. Sangamon Township voted to provide $40,000 to the company that would run the first line through the township. The Illinois Central ran a branch line from Champaign through Whiteheath and Monticello. Centerville gradually faded away when Whiteheath was established as the junction of the Monticello Railroad and Havana line. The first train ran from Monticello to Champaign in January 1872. Part of this branch line is currently owned and maintained by the Monticello Railway Museum.